2 suspects were trying to bust the glass out and ended up causing extensive damage to that building. Give that sheriff's office a call there in Berry County if you've got any leads. In Southeast Kansas, Erie, they've fired their city clerk over allegations that she was stealing from the city's coffers. Jessica Altman now facing 10 felony charges as that investigation continues. Droughts be gone. There's only a small sliver of McDonald County in northeast Oklahoma that are under abnormally dry conditions, but most of us looking pretty good thanks to well above average rainfall in April, and even the rest of May appears to be slightly above average precipitation-wise as well. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-782-1310. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
We'll see sunshine today, then a slight chance of showers with highs in the mid-70s. More rain and low 50s tonight. Sunshine and 80 for Saturday. Rain overnight Saturday. Rain on Sunday, but sunshine returns on Monday as we see a high near 73.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything over the 4 states.
54 in Monette, 54 in Pittsburgh, 57 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
It's time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Cohen from Wheaton.
Try to lead us to the flag. My six America. We plug it. One stands, one nation, and God, and the miracle.
Great job, Cohen. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, you can go to the KIX website, to the Morning KIX page. There's a button on there you can hit that'll tell you how to upload your audio.
We're just 15 minutes away from your chance to guess when the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
$402.50 up for grabs. If you can be calling number 5 at 720 and tell us what the sound is.
Up for grubs.
Grubs?
That's what you said, up for grubs, right?
Grab.
For grubs.
Not for grubs.
Delicious.
Worm.
It's Riley Green.
On KIX. What the heck?
I heard up for grubs.
Jen's got hantavirus.
I don't have hantavirus. You said up for grubs.
I said up for grabs.
He said grubs, right?
Your ears are full of pudding, you know.
There's no pudding in your ears.
It's understandable. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Are you hi, everybody?
I just now saw this comment from Megan from yesterday telling you to go blow raspberries at the bottom of the pool.
I saw that.
I saw that she used your full name. I didn't see the raspberry part.
Yep. I saw it. Chose not to comment on it. Man, we got stuff to talk about today.
Like what?
Well, like the Canvas hack, the hantavirus possible outbreak. All sorts of stuff to talk about here. And
Okay, so the thing with the hantavirus. Did people not leave the ship?
Yes, they did, I guess.
Okay.
Because I was confused about this, too, until Jen came in and pointed out that there were some in the U.S., and I said, no, they're not. I was like, they're sequestering everybody on that ship so that it won't. And then she showed me where, 28 different people had got off the boat when they were first being diagnosed and went home, including 3 in the United States or 4.
I'm not sure the exact number in the U.S., but I know that there are people in the U.S. that have
2 in Texas,
come back.
2 in Virginia. Okay, so first let's talk about what this hantavirus is. You're like, hantavirus? Because it sounds like haunted virus.
It does.
The Andes hantavirus strain is very frightening. It has as much as a 50% mortality rate, meaning over almost half of the people who get it die. It attacks the pulmonary system. It has a 6 to 8 week incubation period. So you might carry it for 6 to 8 weeks and never show a symptom. Once you get it.
Hello,
Candy Jan's here.
How are you?
Fine. There's white and chocolate. Sorry.
That's okay. We got a variety today.
Ooh, look at that.
How are y'all?
Good. How are you doing, Jan?
Fine. I got my new glasses.
Nice.
So now I don't have to off and on,
Back and
off and
forth. Yeah. How is the vision doing?
Yeah.
on. Fine.
Much better? Awesome.
Good. I'll see your glasses. They're very cute.
Yeah, they look good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
How is the family?
Good, good. Baby's getting so big. You want to see?
Yes.
You want to see some new
Find
pictures?
somebody to take care of her.
We did.
Aww.
It's actually a cute kid, which is rare, especially with Jen involved. I wouldn't have thought,
Is
That would have been a possibility, but
Thank you, Randy.
you're welcome. I calls it like I sees it.
Yeah. She's such a good baby.
Good. Busy with soccer.
Very busy with soccer.
This weekend especially.
Yeah, this weekend. Well, this weekend's recital weekend for dance. So Beans is in 3 recitals, and then one of which is at the exact same time as the boys.
Don't miss it. I
Soccer
don't
game.
miss any. Do you miss any of that, Jan? That's the craziness of.
My kids didn't participate in anything
Oh,
like
golly.
that living on the farm.
Yeah.
But I assistant coach now for the boys soccer team.
Sheesh.
So I'll have to be there for that. We have a lot of family coming to town this weekend to go to the recitals and to watch the boy play. And then next weekend we travel for soccer.
Wow.
I know, so we are just busy going through it.
Yes. Where's you out?
It
Real
really does.
quick,
It's
yeah.
On
exhausting.
the weekend, so then you can have a normal week.
Go back to work to get some rest.
Yeah.
So,
2 more weekends and then we're calm for a little bit.
good. Did you ever get your guitar?
No. It has never been
Oh.
finished.
Oh.
Luckily, I don't have much invested into it, but he did come to me a week or 2 ago and said, "I'm still working on it. We're going to rebuild the neck." I'm like,
No
whatever.
way, really?
I'm like, whatever.
But when I see
Yeah, I was like, dude, I see your MO. I've got 2 years of your MO now. You don't have to tell me. Yeah, I don't expect I'll ever see it. What I expect I'll do is this fall, I think I'm going to go to him and say, "Hey, I'd like these pickups. At least let me keep them because I'm going to use them on another guitar." And then I might go buy me a cheap version of the Les Paul Jr. and put those into that. That'll be a significant enough upgrade that it'll make it a good usable guitar.
Yeah.
well, I'll head out. Y'all have a good one.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
You too.
You too.
Will do. Take care.
So I have the electronics, the bridge, and the tuners. That's what I bought.
Right.
And that was about $300 or $400 worth. But I can take and buy a $400 Les Paul Jr., an Epiphone, and put these things onto it, and that will become because the things that I bought are all very top of the line, tuners, pickups, everything. They're
Right.
all custom upgrades. Anyway, hantavirus. Let's get back to that, okay? So Megan says, yeah, they got off 8-week intubation period. Here's the thing. You can still spread during the incubation period. You can still spread. So while the World Health Organization has said, we're watching these people, that's all they're doing. They're not isolating them. So they could be spreading it all over the United States. And those people who they come into contact could be spreading it. We're just not seeing symptoms yet. So
Right.
in 6 to 8 weeks' time, or I guess it'd be 4 or 5 now because this has been going on a couple of weeks since they were exposed, possibly. In 4 to 6 weeks' time, people could start dropping like flies everywhere. And that's when we become aware of it. This is scary.
Even though the World Health Organization says the possibility of this becoming another global pandemic is very low.
Do you
is what they're
remember
saying.
what they said when COVID first came out? They said the possibility of this coming a worldwide pandemic is very low. They said the exact same thing then. It's not been that long ago that we don't remember. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine, then a slight chance of showers late in the afternoon, highs in the mid-70s. It is 57 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 15 minutes to tell you what it's going to be like over the weekend.
Plus, you got your chance to guess when the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound. That's going to be in just 9 minutes.
All you have to do is be caller number 5 at 720 and tell us what the sound is to win all the cash.
Here's Lady A.
On KIX 102.5. Megan said it's a very rare form of human to human, but it is happening. You know what? COVID, which there were multiple COVID viruses, but COVID-19 was the very first form of human to human transmitted COVID.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. There was COVID, 18, 17 others that you could contract from rodents and from birds. There were even some that you could contract from birds. COVID-19 was the human-to-human version, which is why it did what it did. Do we not see any trends or correlations here? Do you not see a pattern of what's happening now as related to what's happening then? The only
Right.
difference is it's a cruise ship off the coast of Africa rather than in China.
Megan.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. And what's the World Health Organization doing about it? Well, not absolutely nothing. They
they're
might as well be. We're watching it. With popcorn?
Right.
They are not preventing anything. They let 28 different people off that boat. I just don't understand. And then
do they have the authority, though, to have made them stay on that
Yes.
boat?
WHO and countries that abide by it, they can stop, and they're just like police.
But America's not a part of that, so the Americans could easily have just been like, deuces, and they were, and they did. They left.
But when you are in those countries, you are subject to those countries' laws. You can't, just because something's legal in the state of Missouri, such as carrying a concealed weapon, you can't go to Germany and carry a concealed weapon. You are subject to that country's laws. So if the World Health Organization is part of the law purveyor in that particular country, you have to abide by what they
So
say.
then why'd they just let him go?
I don't know. This blows my mind. But in 2020, the World Health Organization did the same thing with passengers and people, Americans in China. They let not just Americans, but other countries. They did not police their trafficking and moving at all. So what do they do? Here's the thing. If this is an outbreak, there is absolutely nothing that will be done about it. It will run its course. And I think COVID was nothing compared to what this would be.
What was the mortality rate with COVID?
It's like 16%, wasn't it? It was somewhere in the teens.
Morning, Bryson.
Even if that, I think they eventually found out that it wasn't nearly as high as they thought. She's looking it up.
Mortality is heavily influenced by age and comorbidities.
And man, they started getting really vague about their numbers because they realized they were being held to this stuff.
So if you were over 81, you had a 29% chance of passing from it.
Which we know that a lot of people died that got it that were old, right?
For men, it was 8.18%. For women, it was 4.54%.
Yeah, see, it went way down once we began to become widespread and they began to study it a little bit more. So 8%. Right now, they're saying that the mortality rate of the hantavirus, the Handes hantavirus, is 40 to 50%. That's half of the people that get it would die.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking, something that would wipe out, that would make a huge impact on world population. COVID was nothing. Oh, by the way, you know how long, once you begin to show symptoms, they recommend that you isolate for? 45 days. That is the recommended isolation period to prevent spreading of the Hanta.
45 days.
45 days. So before, you remember when COVID first came out, it was 2 weeks.
Yep.
Then it was 1 week. And then they cut it down to, well, as long as you're not showing symptoms. Then they're like, whatever, you can come to work even if you have it.
Yeah.
So they're recommending 45-day isolation period to prevent spreading. And
Even though the intubation period is up to 8 weeks.
Yeah, 8 weeks.
Huh.
2 months. So, I'm afraid of this. And, I really was too, because after COVID was not resolved. It just kind of faded. That's what happened. Still cases of COVID that happened, still little outbreaks that happened, but it just faded. It became almost like a flu virus, which a lot of medical professionals said that's what needs to happen so that we can begin to build up an immunity. It'll become less effective. And that's what a virus wants. A virus wants to be able to live within a population, not decimate a population. But it takes sometime the virus a while to mutate into that form. What a perfect situation for a virus is to become like the cold, where it's spread every year. It gets to reproduce and grow and live among this population. It's almost parasitic, but not quite. The worst case would be like with the Ebola or bubonic plague, where it kills off its host. Mm-hmm. You don't want to kill your host because that will kill you. That eliminates you. And so this is biologically, it is in the best interest of the virus to mutate and become where it can live among them, not decimate them.
Yeah.
So, but the problem is it takes a while, usually a few years, for it to go through those mutation periods. I remember when COVID first came out, having these conversations with my friends around the dinner table, having these same conversations, which terrifies me a little bit because I see the same kind of thing being possible out of the Andes hantavirus. Oh, I know, Megan. Better go buy some toilet paper today.
That's what Shiala was saying, too.
Yeah. Morning, Lisa.
Megan says, what's crazy is Casey's hosting a World Cup. Guess where they're coming from, right? Where the rate of human.
Oh, I know. We're getting ready to have
tripled.
This world population traveling event all through the summer. It's like perfect storm. Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Your chance to guess and win the secret sound right after Mitchell Tenpenny.
On KIX 102.5. So yesterday, there was even, Trump was talking to reporters, a large number, they were asking about this. And he said, we got it under control, we hope. We're watching it, we think. It was a whole bunch of that. So he has no idea.
What kind of answers is that?
That's I'm going to keep myself safe by being as vague as possible answers. No, Bryson, it's too late. I don't know if you heard or not. 28 people from that boat have already gone home. So they could be carrying it as part of that 8-week intubation period with no symptoms.
Yeah, there's already people back in the U.S. from the boat.
They could be spreading it right now throughout the U.S. We won't know for another 2 months. We will see what's happening in July.
Yeah.
In July, we will know whether by July, either everything is going to be apocalyptic in the world or it will have moved on and become controlled.
Yeah.
Which, based on how they're treating this, I lean more for the apocalyptic.
Bryce.
Yeah. Awesome.
That emoji.
Yeah.
What started the virus, Shiala?
Okay, the hantavirus traditionally is contracted through rodents, and they believe...
Yeah. Okay, yeah, tell them this, tell them this. This
so
is wild.
they believe that there was an excursion from the cruise ship, and an elderly couple, who, by the way, have died from this, an elderly couple, they went on a bird-watching excursion.
But where'd they go for bird watching?
To a landfill. Because birds are attracted to the landfill, I guess. So they went out to this junky landfill to watch birds. I'm not making this up. This is actual news. You can look it up. While they were there, they interacted with, played cards, I don't know, swapped currencies with rodents, rats. They had interaction of some sort. Either they touched something that rats had touched or something, because this is liquid transmitted.
Yep.
Droplets. They had some interaction, and within that was this Andes hantavirus. And they brought it back to the ship with them and began to spread.
Bird watching in a landfill.
And just near Cape Town, Africa. So all the best diseases come out of Africa. You know, Ebola, hantavirus, Jim Fox disease, all of these things. You know,
I mean, there is no sanitation. What's the word I'm looking for? Protocols down there, and so it's just
very, very
exposed,
dirty.
Yes,
germ-ridden. They don't have resources to be able to wash their hands frequently. It's just that cleanliness is not a priority.
Right.
So that's where this started. We know exactly where it came from, where it started. This is going to be the cruise ship disease if it becomes an outbreak.
4 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 721.
We'll see sunshine today, then a chance of showers, highs in the mid-70s. It is 57 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast for your weekend in about 6 minutes.
But right now, let's see if we can give away some cash with the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
Who wants $402.50?
Me, I do. We're not eligible.
Not at all. But you can, if you can be calling number 5 at 623-1025.
And tell us, what is this sound? Ooh, what is that?
623-1025. Be calling number 5 and tell us to win all the cash.
Now, the 4 states #1 for cash.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 1, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 2, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 3, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 4. Keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this?
Jim.
Jim, where are you from?
Golden City.
Did you say Jim or Jen?
Or Kim.
Kim.
Kim from Golden City.
You are caller number 5.
All right, Kim. We've got $402.50 for you.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
Is it ripping off the tape off a cardboard box?
She says ripping the tape off a cardboard box.
For $402.50. That is not it.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, Kim, making it $427.50.
And give you another chance to guess and win at 420 with Brett.
Well, you too, Kim.
She just giggles at us and hates
Yeah,
that
evil
was-
giggle.
That was strange.
I remember the night we had the conversation when COVID, because we always talk about world events and stuff as part of our boredom with one another. And we were talking about COVID. It wasn't called COVID then. I forget what it was called, but and me using the term epidemic. And I'm like, this could be an epidemic. Nobody threw around the term pandemic,
Yeah.
which I had to go look up. I remember in the early days the difference. Epi is to a specific area. Pandemic is worldwide. And I'm like, this could be an epidemic. And then I remember 2 weeks later at my church and them saying, we're going to be going to video services for your safety and health. We're stopping all. And I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But it happened so fast.
It really did.
Within 2 weeks.
Everything just boom, shut down.
And it all started off of these news stories about this person had contracted, and it all went to Texas first. Why does stuff come out of Texas?
I don't know.
I mean, I know they've got big international airports there, but that was so weird because the first COVID cases came out of Texas from people who had traveled from China because the World Health Organization did nothing about international travel to stop, or they did, but it was too late by the time
Yeah.
they did. I don't think we learned anything from COVID. We being the World Health Organization, CDC, and anything, I don't think they changed anything or learned anything. More than anything, I think they'd looked around like this all during COVID, and that's now what they've taken into this situation.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Why do these organizations get so much money?
I think
funding
even
and
people in
everything?
general didn't learn anything from COVID.
No.
The way people are just like,
She's doing it right now.
it's obnoxious.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
Well, here's the thing, though. The problem with, like, the hantavirus, it's droplet spread, not
3
necessarily airborne. Can be. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess when the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
Kim from Golden City.
You are caller number 5.
All right, Kim. We've got $402.50 for you.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
Is it ripping off the tape off a cardboard box?
She says ripping the tape off a cardboard box.
For $402.50. That is not it.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, Kim, making it $427.50.
And give you another chance to guess and win at 420 with Brett.
Here's the thing about the contractability and transmittability of, like, the hantavirus is I might cough here on the countertop, leave the room, and then Jen comes in, smears her body all over the countertop or licks the surface of it and contracts it that way. It's that easily transmitted. It does not have to be me sneezing in her face. And to prevent that, I would have to wear a mask 24 hours a day, not taking it off anywhere, because anywhere I took it off, I'd stand the chance of spreading the germ onto surfaces, contact surfaces, or like you said earlier, completely disinfecting the entire room anytime I would leave. And you pretty much have to have no interaction with anybody. So, and there was, you remember during COVID, well, masks aren't effective. I believe they are effective because they prevent those droplets. It's not about gases being transmitted. It's about droplets. Droplets are large particulates. So if that prevents, if I have a piece of paper over my mouth, even a tissue, and sneeze, there's going to be less of that droplet transmitted than if I didn't have. So it's effective as to that. There's a lot of people that were wearing these HEPA masks and everything. I don't think it's necessary to prevent droplet spread. Anyway, this whole thing is just, it's terrifying. And I'm not normally, I don't subscribe to this fear-based stuff, and I definitely don't. But all your exes live in Texas. That's why, Jimmy. Yeah. So you guys remember, I remember back in early May when Randy and Jim were talking about this? Yeah. And now they're at the CDC. So also on top of all of that is the big Canvas hack, which if you're a parent right now, you've got to be aware of, because yesterday I know Webb City schools sent out mass texts and did the what is the whole remote call where they leave a voicemail message on your phone saying, do not log into your Canvas portal. So if you don't know what Canvas is a website, and it's a online service that schools and organizations use to communicate, track information, and it's a massive, massive database of information. Well, yesterday they got hacked by ransomware. A dark web entity took control of their websites, all of their databases and everything, and said they would not release the information unless, I forget, what was it, $9 million was paid to them or something ridiculous like that. And, it makes me so mad, because the same thing happened to this company that owns Canvas back in September, and they did nothing. Meanwhile, all of the students' information, their mental health information, there's medical information there about students. I talked with a person who's with the IT department at Webb City Schools yesterday, as a friend of mine, and said they were saying that I was asking, what kind of information is this that they had access to? She said in some cases, social security numbers, email addresses, names, health information, grades, home addresses. There is so much on this hack, and it has affected billions of users. Billions. I know there were like 5,000 to 7,000 schools within the United States that were affected, but because of all of the users and the way it's affected worldwide, this is in the billions. Meanwhile, no one can access Canvas. If you try to log on to, do not do it. If you try to log on to Canvas, it looks like a legitimate sign-in. You have a username and a password, but when you click sign in, it immediately downloads the ransomware to your machine, where it then takes over and begins converting all your files to the ransomware files. We've gone through two different ransomwares here at Zimmer. The first one we were not prepared for. The second one we were, and we never responded to them. But in one of them, we lost every file. Luckily, we had replacement sources we could get things from. The second one, we had a adequate backup in place. So the first one took about 6 months to recover. The second one took about 24 hours to recover from. And we have steps in place, which I can't believe that a company as big as the one that owned Canvas did not have security protocols in place for this. How irresponsible. And as such, Canvas is no longer a thing. I mean, they're still there and everything. They're still responding. But they're going to be bankrupt. There's going to be so many class action lawsuits over this that they are a thing of the past. Well, they got almost every school, Jimmy. I think you would be hard pressed to find a school that was not affected by this. Yeah, it's insane. So if you are a family that utilizes the Canvas portal for your kids through the school that they attend, do not have any interaction with that website. This is one of the biggest hacks in history and one of the biggest ransomwares in history. I mean, I myself have been through a couple of these. I was through the Blue Cross Blue Shield one, the Allied one. And both of those had residual things that happened to me. Still are. I'm still have a number of security services that run my information once a week. It goes through and runs my information and looks for it on the dark web to see what vulnerabilities there might be for me. I've got 3 different services that were provided by the people who had done the hack. Canvas isn't offering anything to their customers, by the way. They will, maybe. So, yeah, crazy Friday morning that we're having to deal with. Today is no socks day, which makes tomorrow why do my sneakers smell so bad day. So while you were gone, we did the whole Canvas conversation, got through all that.
Oh, jeez. What a mess that is.
Did you get the voicemail from Web City Schools?
Oh, we got the voicemail. We got the text message. We got the email.
Yeah. So a lot of schools, like these smaller ones in Kansas that were affected, don't have those services in place. So a lot of families, parents, could have logged onto the site and as such wiped out their entire computer system unless they had a backup. If you don't have a cloud backup Windows image for your Windows machine, I don't know what Apple offers, probably nothing, they don't care. But if you don't have some sort of system backup in place for your computers, it's just a matter of time before you lose everything. It's going to happen.
And what's wild is this has truly affected like the smallest public schools all the way up to the biggest institutions.
And it's worldwide, not just U.S., but there's 5,000 to 7,000 schools affected in the U.S.
8,000.
8,000. It's gone up. And I'm sure that number is going to go higher as they begin. There's some out there that probably have no idea that it's even happening yet. There's some small schools and stuff that probably aren't as computer dependent as others.
Sure.
And like in Web City, they were right in the middle of map testing. Well, guess what? All those scores gone.
Yeah, I don't know what you do about that either.
They don't either. They're like, we're trying to figure out what to do. I mean, you pretty much have to retake.
Yikes. Those poor kids.
They don't get some of their funding without those map test scores. But not only that, there are seniors that were getting ready to graduate or not.
Their finals are on Canvas.
Their information's all gone. Their grades are all gone. They cannot technically legally graduate. Now, the IT person that I was talking with that's at Web City School said, we're lucky that we had some of this information written down in physical form.
Yeah.
So we already have some physical records, enough possibly that at least 90% of them are going to be able to graduate with their diploma.
Good. What about the other 10%?
No. They will not get their diploma. They might be able to walk across the stage, but until they can recover, which I got news for you, you're not going to recover that information.
Right.
Even if you pay the $9 million. There has been instances where ransomware hackers have released the information.
Yeah.
But usually what happens is there's a deletion.
So who is the
there is
the group?
A group on the dark web that made claim to this and said this is what our demands are. Unless they're met within, was it 24 hours?
I don't know. I haven't actually seen a picture of the ransomware. I've heard about it, but not seen anything.
Shiny hunters.
Shiny hunters? What? I've never even heard of
They say
them.
Canvas is back up and running now.
Really? How'd they manage that?
That's Cincinnati.com Enquirer. What? Maybe. That was 19 minutes ago. I don't know if that's valid or not. Where's most recent? Google, why are you still... Temporarily disrupts? That's the Wall Street Journal, which you can't read without paying. Okay, here we go. Here's CNN released this 30 minutes ago.
All right, you ready with Jen's Movie Rehab?
Yeah. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with a slight chance of showers late in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-70s. It is 57 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with 4 states news in just 25 minutes.
Plus, we're still getting you signed up to win Jeff Foxworthy tickets.
And all you have to do to get qualified to win these tickets to go see him at the AMP on May 15th.
It's text the word tickets to 417-623-1025.
That's it. That's all you got to do. So do it right now. now because you've only got about 10 more minutes left to get signed up before we find out who the winner is.
And then in the next hour, we're going to be talking about parent threats.
Because Mother's Day is Sunday, what is the most creative parent threat you've ever heard? Moms are the best at this.
623-1025 to call or text.
But since it's Friday, it's time for another assignment for... This is where we assign Jen a movie to watch over the weekend.
Because before I came to KIX, I had seen very few, if any, movies before.
So we're rehabilitating her.
Yeah, every weekend I'm assigned a movie. I watch it, and then I come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and let you know what I thought about it.
So since it's Mother's Day weekend, we wanted a movie about a mom, something that would kind of center around that. So I looked, and we've assigned you a lot of mom movies. I mean, most of them, I would say. So I'm little, but I found one finally.
Okay.
Okay, this is from out of 2012. It's called The Woman in Black.
Okay, and this is a Mother's Day movie?
Well, it's a movie about a mom. It's a gothic film directed by James Watkins. It's the second adaptation of Susan Hill's 1983 novel of the same name, which was filmed previously back in 1989. It stars Daniel Radcliffe. You like him?
I like him. Harry Potter.
Yeah, and it's set in early 20th century England following a young, recently widowed lawyer who travels to a remote village where he discovers that a scorned woman's death is having an interesting effect on the locals.
Wait, what does this have to do with moms?
Well, she's a mom, and he had a mom, and they were...
Okay.
Everybody
we feel like we're reaching a little bit here.
No. This is The Woman in Black is a mother. Her big upset is over the loss of her child, and there's other things, So it is centrally around The Woman in Black's motherhood.
Okay.
It's rated PG-13. It's not like one of these must-see movies. But I feel like in relationship to Mother's Day and the fact that we've assigned most of the Mother's Day movies, that, this is one that's on the list.
Is it scary?
Well, I don't think so. No, I think it's a touching story
it's
about
gonna be scary.
a mother's love for her child.
Oh, boy.
So much so that from beyond the grave,
Okay, so it is going to be scary, and it sounds like it's going to be really sad, too.
It's a ghost story.
Oh,
but it's
man,
a nice...
Randy.
No, it's a nice Mother's Day ghost story.
No.
Yeah.
Ghost stories aren't nice.
This one is, maybe.
Oh,
I thought it was really, really good. It's one of my favorite movies.
Okay, what's it rated?
PG-13, but probably not one for the kids unless you want to sit up with them.
Where am I going to watch it?
Watch it for free on Hoopla and Pluto and Paramount, or you can pay for it on Fandango, Prime, and Apple.
Okay, great. So what's it called again?
Woman in Black.
Woman. I almost said Mother in Black, but no, Woman in Black. I'm going to watch it over the weekend, and then I'll come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and let you know what I thought about it.
With Jen's Movie Rehab.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Hi there, Morning KIX.
I say she should watch The Bridges of Madison County.
She's watched
I've
it.
seen that one, and that one kind of frustrated me, to be honest with you. Yeah, I thought the infidelity in that one really bugged me.
Yep, I get it. And it was like the movie celebrates their infidelity.
Yeah, I didn't like that it celebrated the adultery at all. I was
Yeah.
like, you made a commitment to this man, and you were supposed to, uphold that as his wife, and yet you're
justifying your behavior because, well, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't my favorite movie, to be honest with you.
Okay, she ought to watch Out of Africa then.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one.
That is one of my favorite. But she's not, Meryl Streep's, I see that you're a fan of Meryl Streep, but she's not much of a mama in that. In fact, she's not a mama at all in that. So going into
just
Mother's...
in general, we can put it on the list.
Yeah, it is on the list, isn't it?
I'm sure it is.
Thanks for calling.
Have a great one.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
You guys need to have Jen watch Mr. Mom.
Oh, I
Mr.
forgot about
Mom. Okay.
Mr. Mom. Isn't that with Keaton? What's his name?
I don't know.
Keaton. Michael
Hilarious.
Keaton.
Oh, Beetlejuice, right?
Yeah. But it was early in his career, long before he was famous. Yeah. I don't.
Mr. Mom. I just remember.
We need to put that on the list.
Yeah, I don't know that one's on there. Well,
that and Out of Africa really needs to go on the list.
Okay.
It's Robert Redford and Meryl Streep, so duh.
All right, putting it on the list right now. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the suggestion.
You're welcome.
Mr. Mom would be a good Mother's Day movie. You know what? All the lists I looked through yesterday, not one of them had that on there. We might be challenged to find that movie.
Tabitha says Mommy Dearest would have been a good one.
She's seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We've already assigned her all the mommy movies. We have. I thought.
Floyd, I don't know what you said. I think you may have gone a little off some of what you say most be meat.
What? Floyd? Do you have hantavirus? Okay, so Shiny Hunters was the name of the hacking group that claimed responsibility for the Canvas outage.
Mm-hmm.
What did they ask for? Shiny Hunters is not one person or even two or three people. It is a massive group of people on the dark web working in conjunction with one another.
From where? All over the world?
All over the world.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a worldwide gang on the internet.
Yikes.
So I'm trying to see if they recovered. No. So there is a story, and Wall Street Journal won't let me see it. So on
Of course,
them.
you got to pay for it.
But this website, Canvas online learning platform, shuts down for hours, implying that it's back up.
So is it back up or not?
That's what I'm trying to find. Instructure is the name of the company that owns Canvas.
Yes.
They are the ones that have had multiple hacks as recent as September and have done nothing to shore up their security system.
Then why are we continuing to utilize them?
Well, you can ask your school board that.
Yeah.
Oh, and this happened, by the way, on May 1st.
Oh, Jimmy's saying it's not a classic. I got it.
Yeah, what, Mr. Mom? It's really
No,
not
I think they're saying the
Woman in Black.
Woman in Black is not a classic.
Not yet. No, it isn't. It's just a good movie. And that's why the reason I'm assigning it is because I think it is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is value to it. And we've run out of classics around this topic for Mother's Day.
Are there scissors over there?
No. This says that on May 1st, they experienced a cybersecurity incident perpetrated by a criminal threat actor.
May 1st? Then why are we just now hearing about
7 days ago. Right. So, in other words, this company tried to hide it, sweep it under the rug, rather than addressing it. And they let everybody find out the hard way by spreading it to their systems.
it? Yikes. Well, it sounds like there needs to be some accountability held here.
Needs to be held accountable. They thought it was contained on May 2nd. It
Clearly
was
not.
not. Shiny Message said that they would leak an unspecified amount of the data on May 12th that they didn't hear from Instructure. Didn't ask what they were talking about.
All right, we got to call our winner.
Yeah, it's not back. It is not back. The outage still appeared to be active. Then why did you put your headline the way you did? I really need to go. Can you pick and everything? And I'll come back?
Yep. All right. Holy cow. Oh, right there. Perfect. Let's check eligibility. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to turn that off. There we go. There we go. Come on, Randy, we got to call the winner. Come on, Randy. All right, ready?
Yep. It signed me out of Studio Texter, but that's nice. Hey, I have an idea. How about you talk with him?
Me? Mm. Hey, is this Heather? What you doing? Randy. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me okay? He's making swan noises because of your last name. Is that really what a swan sounds like?
It's how this swan sounds. Do it, Heather. Show her. It's how a swan sounds. Do it.
Just say no, Heather. It's okay.
Heather, we're calling to congratulate you because you've won Jeff Foxworthy tickets.
You're going to go see him May 15th at the Walmart Amp. Oh, my Lanta. Randy, just tell us he's a Four States Concert Connection.
KIX 102.5.
Fabulous.
All right, Heather.
All right. I think all I need is your birthday and then your address. Fabulous. All right, these are going to be emailed to you from national@zrimarketing.com. You will likely get them the week of the show is what they're doing now. If you haven't gotten them by like the Wednesday beforehand, you can definitely call our clearance office at 624-1025, and they will make sure that you get your tickets, okay?
So they're going to be emailed or mailed?
Emailed. So you don't even have to come to the station or anything. Just keep an eye on your email.
Be watching for that email from national@zrimarketing. Could be in your spam folder, in fact.
Okay.
All right, enjoy the show. Have a great time.
Thank you.
All right, bye, Heather.
Okay. Like, is this woman's name Swan? You want some more of those?
Some more what?
Beef sticks.
I love these things.
I have about 15 of them. I don't like them.
Why don't you like them?
They're weird tasting. It's not savory enough.
They're kind of peppery. These
Mine
ones?
Isn't. Yeah, exact ones. I have 10 or 15 of them.
Yeah, I'll take them if you want to eat them. I love
Kids got them for me, and I was like, Maker's Mark also has the dark chocolate sea salt nut bars. So I tried them Wednesday night for the first time in a green one they have for us, and I fell in love with it. On the Walmart site, you can only buy a box of 24, which costs $25.
Members Mark is
Sam's.
You can get them from Walmart though?
Yeah. You can probably get that from Walmart too. Now, you may have to buy a larger amount of them.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, if you go to Sam's, you're going to have to buy a larger amount anyway because that's Sam's.
That's what they do.
Yeah. Might not be as much, but
Morning, Melissa. Morning, Cappy.
I have to drive to Neosho today immediately after I get off work to get Bella's second round of antibiotic medication.
How's she doing?
She's doing great. She's feeling great. She's feeling fine, not having any other side effects. And we knew that she was going to get better. She got better like day 2 after this, but they want her to continue to take a month of antibiotics. So
It's a long time for antibiotics.
we're halfway there.
Good.
She has a follow-up appointment on the 22nd that Lauren's going to take her to for us while we'll be gone. Their big concern is that it could come back.
So how do you prevent it? You don't?
If the organs are beginning to fail because of age, there's no way to prevent it. You can just treat it ongoing. Which, to be sure that that's what it is, and to treat it would be another $250, $300 charge every time it happened,
Oh, boy.
which is not sustainable.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll have to address that when we get around there. To that.
Right.
Yay!
But I'm glad that she's doing so much better.
Yeah,
That's
she is. She
good.
feels good. She plays. Last night, and she loves when company comes over. She goes and gets her toys out and starts making them make noise. While we're in the middle of a serious conversation, you hear the rah, 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 rah noise of her toy, and I'm like, all right, let's go turn that off. And then she looks at me like, what the heck's wrong with you? The one thing, she still has a little trouble. She's not regained all of her strength enough to jump onto our bed, which usually we just pat there and she'll jump up there.
Yeah.
Which it's about that high. So that's a good little jump for a short leg thing like her. So
Yeah.
I pick her up and put her up there, for her,
No.
which I'm probably encouraging that. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine today, then a chance of showers with highs in the mid-70s. It is 57 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weekend's forecast along with 4 states news in about 7 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we're talking about parent threats.
Now, what's the most creative or crazy parent threat that you've ever heard, whether from a mom or a dad?
623-1025 to call or text.
But
It's time to call our winner. You ready?
no, I'm not ready. I don't
What do you
want to. I
mean?
don't want to call. Why do I always have to call the winner?
Because it's time to give away Jeff Foxworthy tickets, and you're the one that can reach the buttons.
Here, you reach the buttons.
I can't
think
reach
if you
the
reach
buttons.
over there,
I'm all the
yes,
way
you
over
can.
here.
Do it, Jen.
Okay,
call
fine.
the winner. Here's the lady. Wait a
Okay.
minute. Is her name Swan?
Yeah, that's her last name. What do you do, Randy?
Don't-
Why are you making that face?
Well, I'm wondering. Can she talk to the swans? Does she sound like a swan?
Oh, come on.
She have feathers in her hair?
Get ready.
Hello?
Hey, is this Heather?
Yes.
What you doing?
Driving
Randy.
to work?
Randy. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me okay? He's making swan noises because of your last name. Is that really what a swan sounds like?
Tell
I
this
don't know.
swan. Do it, Heather. Show her. Show her it's how a swan sounds. Do it.
I don't know.
Just say no, Heather. It's okay.
Heather, we're calling to congratulate you because you've won Jeff Foxworthy tickets.
Oh, dang.
You're going to go see him May 15th at the Walmart Amp. Oh, my land.
Awesome.
Just tell us it's a 4 States concert connection.
KIX 102.5.
Hey, it's not easy coming up with something different every single day. And you got to admit, that was different.
It was different.
That's what you got to admit.
All right.
Oh, let's read some comments. I've not been able to look, and Restream, for some reason, is acting wonky. There we go. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
What did she do?
Congratulated me.
Oh, that was nice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Christy.
Bryson.
What is it? I know, right, Bryson? Every single day in, day out. And to what thanks might I add?
You're standing, so it's hard to see your eyeballs.
look here.
Is it going to be? Oh, nope, not,
Just my nose.
not even that.
Signing movies, warning you about the rat poop virus. Rat poop virus, that's what it ought to. We ought to start that right now.
Rat poop virus.
Warning of the rat poop virus. Hanta. Hanta? What is Hanta? Hanta is such a stupid word. Let's call it rat poop virus.
Sounds like ghosts.
Cyber attacks. And to what thanks might I add?
Here we
I
go.
was. I spent the entire night, guys, collecting research information for you peoples. There I was, 3 a.m., reading up on cyber attacks and on on canvas. What is canvas? I thought that's something you made a sail out of. Nope, now you know better. It's a place where cyber criminals go to hack.
What are they hacking up?
Rat poop viruses.
Ew. Hanta equal rat poop in Zimbabwe.
There you go.
Says.
Yeah, can we call it not the China virus, but can we call it the Zimbabwe virus?
Good gracious. Oh, boy.
So last Sunday, a guy in India, and there's video of this. Do not look it up. Do not look it up.
Oh, no.
Walks into a hospital with a machete lodged in his head. It's disgusting. I mean, there's not a lot of blood and stuff, and he seems okay. But he's got a machete buried into his skull.
A lot of the times, they're okay until you take it out.
Yeah. Well, and he does end up covered in blood, and onlookers are just, the nurses and everything are going, what?
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at his phone. He said he had been ambushed by 3 men following an argument, and one of the attackers embedded the machete in his head while the other 2 hit him with punches and kicks. They were arrested.
Good.
And despite severe injuries, he did not lose consciousness. Doctors said that the cleaver penetrated the skull 3 centimeters deep, but did not damage any vital areas of the brain.
Wow.
And as a result, he did not lose his ability to speak or move.
That's incredible.
It is. So it was good, too, because then he was able to tell doctors, oh, my gosh, there's a machete in my head.
After that, go buy a lottery ticket. Like, your luck is just...
Wow.
It's amazing.
You know what I would have done? I would have said my barber is a little overly aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been funny.
Bryson says, talk about a headache.
Yeah. Well, now he can part his hair in 2 places. So he's got the thing going on. And one of the guys asked if he could have the machete back. That's rude.
That is rude.
Not tonight, dear. I have a headache. Soon to be an episode on The Pit. I'm sure it will be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't see this one.
Which one?
I think we'd have to play this music for it. So this driver crashed into a mural that looked like a tunnel.
Oh, my gosh. I saw the picture of this. It's like
realistic.
a Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be like this. You know what I just remembered? I used to record with my little cassette recorder. I used to set it in front of the TV and record cartoons to listen to at nighttime when I went to bed when I was a little kid. I'd totally forgotten about that.
That's adorable.
Except I would record Bugs Bunny Roadrunner cartoons, which have absolutely no dialogue. Mm-hmm. It's all sound effects, music, and beep beeps. I knew, I'd seen so many of them, I knew I could play it in my head as I was listening to it. I knew what was happening. So this guy who drove into the wall is in Scotland on last Sunday. He mistaken a mural with 2 large eyes painted on a wall with dark pupils for a tunnel entrance. There is a picture. If you guys want to see it here, I'll share it.
Yeah, the picture's pretty good.
As soon as I realize where we're... There you go, if you want to see it. Oh my gosh, yeah, it looks like a tunnel entrance. It doesn't look like eyes. But still, it's just, hey, wonder where this goes.
Yeah, it's not even like it...
It's not even... Yeah,
it's
it looks
not
like
even in the road, really.
Down below the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Famous Acme Tunnel of Glasgow.
I wonder where that goes. Just turned and plowed right into it.
Right before he crashed, his car went meep meep. You know, what usually happens in this instance when people try to drive into those things is a train comes barreling out and flattens the coyote. I mean, the car.
Yep.
Scottish. He could have been killed.
That was great. That was really good.
Part of it got it. No, that's Irish.
That's
Or is
Irish.
that Scottish?
That's Irish, isn't it?
Neither one, probably.
Mm-hmm. "35 seconds."
Meanwhile, the legislative session in Missouri almost over, but Republican lawmakers are still focused on their Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act, which could put health care providers under the death penalty if they don't provide life-saving care to a baby born after an attempted abortion. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-782-1310. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
We'll see sunshine today, then a chance of showers, highs in the mid-70s. More rain and low 50s tonight. Sunshine and 80 for Saturday. Rain overnight Saturday and into Sunday. Sunshine, though, for Monday as we see a high near 73.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar not showing anything over the 4 states.
57 in Grove, 57 in Pittsburgh, 59 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
So since Mother's Day Sunday, we're talking about parent threats.
Yeah, what is the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
Which your mother was genius at. You know, she said, "I'll take the top of your head off and spit in the cavity."
But it doesn't just have to be a mom. It could be, a
Yeah.
threat from whoever.
623-1025 to tell us the best or most creative one you've ever heard.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Here's Luke Combs.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. So I guess I need to do this song too?
Probably not a bad idea.
Why is it trying? I don't understand why it's trying to start off the hour. There ought to be a way to set parameters that, hey, at these particular times, we need to have a certain
yes.
tempo.
Certain coded songs.
Oh, did you hear that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni reached a settlement finally?
Oh, finally. Thank goodness.
What was the name of the movie? When the rest of us, was it?
Yes?
Was that it? Was that the name of the? No, It Ends
No,
With Us.
It Ends With Us.
That's what it was. So the movie, which I saw, and I don't know, I thought it was an okay movie. I thought it was hyper reactive. The characters' situation was they created scenarios, for it. But anyway, apparently it got really ugly between the two of them accusing, and I've heard both sides. Both of them seem like idiots in this. Really, really did. The pair settled their ugly 2-year battle on this last Monday, 2 weeks before it was scheduled to go to trial.
Of course.
And just days after the judge dropped 10 out of 13 of Lively's claims.
And dropped how many?
10 out of 13. So just left 3 valid claims. He's saying this isn't valid, this isn't valid. All these things you're claiming are not valid. Both sides said in a joint statement, the end product, the movie It Ends With Us, is a source of pride to all of us who worked to bring blah, blah, blah. We acknowledge the process presented challenges. Really? Recognized concerns raised by her deserve to be heard. Both parties added that they remain firmly committed to workplaces free of improprieties and unproductive environments, blah, blah, blah.
So what was the problem in the first place? This got so
She
muddled
said
down with
he acted inappropriately. And he said, no, I didn't. He said the problem here was she was not allowed the creative control that she wanted. And it was not her movie. She came into it as an actress and then tried to take control of the movie and its direction, demanding rewrites and things. And her resentment fueled. They refused to let her have that kind of control. It was never part of her contract. It was never her role in the first place. And they said it was her resentment over that caused her to act this way. She was fine with all sorts of stuff between the characters up until the point where she was not allowed that kind of control. And after that, she began to say, well, you're touching me. And, it wasn't that. Now, they did play back like the dance scene at the, was it at the wedding rehearsal dance or whatever, where the two of them were flirting together. It's in the scene, but she says he was doing things that were not in the script. And she didn't know what to do and felt so vulnerable, because she was in the middle of portraying this actress and didn't want to ruin the scene. You could just said stop if there was something that made you uncomfortable. And honestly, I watched it, and the stuff he was doing. Now, he showed the script, or his people showed the script where it calls for certain behaviors. They're flirting, they're being sexy time with one another. There's other scenes where they actually, they don't show them having sex, but they imply it and everything. Those scenes were a lot more hot and bothered than that stupid dance scene that a lot of this was based off of. But then she accused him of other things, texting her at all hours, trying to have an illicit affair with her, and she didn't want one. And both of them were idiots, total idiots. And when she started making accusations, he started being an idiot and responding. And then it started going back and forth and getting bigger and bigger.
And she tried to bring Taylor Swift into it.
She did?
Yes, she threatened him. She was like, what did she call Taylor? Like her watchdog or something was going to like come after him. And
I
then
never
Taylor
saw
Swift
that.
was like, whoa, I am not. That's what led to their fallout. They used to be best friends, and they're not anymore.
They never even talked about that in the documentary.
Oh, yeah. So Taylor has nothing to do with Blake anymore.
So there's a documentary about all of this that's on, is it on Netflix or is it on HBO? I think it's on HBO. And I watched it and felt way more stupid having done so. This is not the kind of, juicy thing you want to get up in the middle of. It's not. It makes you feel bad to be a human when you watch behaviors like this. And I kind of realized I don't think I like Blake Lively.
Yeah.
At all. I don't like him either, but I really don't like her. And it really took me aback because Ryan Reynolds seems like such an amazing person. And you're like, he's married to her? And, he talks a little bit in the documentary being very supportive of her and everything. And I'm like, I wonder what sort of behind the scenes stuff goes on in their relationship where she's weaponizes vulnerabilities to get what she wants or to, to manipulate people.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like was being done here to a certain degree. Did she have some valid claims? Yes. Did she misuse those valid claims? Yes. Did she not act appropriately when these things were happening or weren't happening to her? Yes. And, I mean, he was absolutely he's a D-bag totally from day one.
Yeah.
There's nothing defensible about either one of them, I don't think.
Kathy says attention seekers are boosting the movie.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. They wouldn't even walk on the red carpet together, at the movie's premiere or anything. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine today, then a slight chance of showers late in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-70s. It is 59 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast for the weekend. Could see some rain this evening. It's not going to be storms, they say, but rain probably around between 5 and 7 this evening.
That's what they're calling for, but we'll take a full look at your forecast in just 14 minutes.
But we're talking about the most creative, ridiculous parent threat you've ever heard of.
Moms are really good at this one.
So tell us the craziest one you've ever heard at 623-1025.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Here's John Morgan and Jason Aldean.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. If I had a mannequin, Kathy, that started growing arms, I would burn that thing. Probably something Jimmy did. Is it growing arms all over it? I mean, does it have like 40 arms sticking out of weird places? Is that what you're saying? More growing all the time? Somebody asked me yesterday, when are you going to do a hint for this sound?
Already? No way.
Yeah. And I'm like, well...
It just reached $400.
If I do one... We might do one, but I don't know that I want us to have a winner while I'm gone. So I don't want to deal with all that, but we could start the hint process, start the picture process again. Could drum up some attention for it. So we could do say one hint this next weekend, not this coming, but the one after. And then do maybe another one over Memorial Day weekend. Have it all planned and ready to go. And then start doing multiples that week, or no. Next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. I'm getting confused over the dates.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So we could do one, say the 22nd, and that is Memorial Day weekend. Yes, 22nd. Oh, next weekend is the 15th. So we could do one the 15th, one the 22nd, and then on the 29th do a third one. And then really start giving clues on June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Maybe do one every other day or one a day like
That's
we were
a lot.
doing. Yeah, well, it's kind of what we did last time. We did one weekend, one the next weekend, and then we did another one on Wednesday and another one on Friday of that following week.
Yeah, but the jackpot's only at $400.
Well, yeah, I know, but we only have 4 weeks left of the twice a day thing. I'd kind of like to have another winner before we wrap that up. I don't know. Part of me thinks, nope, just let it climb. How high will it be? Let's see. We're at 402. How much do we add a week? I can see that.
That's a good question.
So we started Monday at 202. We're now at 427. So we add about $200 a week. So looking ahead, that's 600, 800. Oh, yeah, we may not need a hint. We're going to be up over $1,000 on the 29th.
That's huge.
Yeah. So maybe we just let that go. Or maybe the 29th is when we start giving hints.
I like that.
Just start. Let it climb until then.
Mm-hmm.
But
Billy says, does it go back to one a day after that?
yeah, after on June 7th or 8th, June 8th, we go back to one a day until the fall. So 2 times a year we do the double amounts, and that's during ratings period.
Yeah.
To help generate some attention for dear old poor Brett, who left his computer in here yesterday. Might be let's go see what he's got. Oh! It might not be a good thing.
I don't know that I want to know what's on his computer.
I wish I hadn't looked at that.
I take it back.
Do we have any boleros around here?
Boleros?
Yeah, they're bowling alleys. I don't think we do in Joplin, but they've been going around the United States buying up bowling alleys in an effort to dominate the bowling alley market, which who knew that was the thing. And now they have been accused, the FTA is getting involved, or not FTA, the FTC is getting involved, accusing them of trying to create a monopoly.
A bowling
monopoly.
Okay.
So there's a class action lawsuit filed in federal court that alleges Bolero was buying up bowling alleys nationwide in a bid to dominate the industry. And in doing so, they are controlling the prices. They can elevate the prices to whatever they need because there's no competition. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country
Here's Russell Dickerson.
on KIX 102.5. Bowling teams are pretty good at coming up with funny team names.
Mm-hmm.
There's a list of them on Reddit.
Oh, yes.
The
Okay.
Brooklyn Hookers,
Oh, wow.
Pin Floyd, Bowling Stones, Britney Spears,
Brittany. Oh, that's good.
Belle Biv DeVoe,
I like that, too.
Spairway to Heaven,
Mm-hmm.
Splits and Giggles, Split Happens,
Mm-hmm.
Glory Bowl, Guacamole, Gutter Fingers, the Hall of Framers.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's not gutter. 6 balls and 2 splits. That's a co-ed league.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I like guacamole.
Guacamole.
That's funny.
I can't believe it's not gutter.
Mm-hmm. Pin Floyd. That's pretty good, too.
I love creative name things like that.
Christy says, I haven't been bowling since we got the Wii. We just bowl at home now.
I am really intrigued by the bowling that they have over here at the movie theater. It
Oh, the
really
mini
looks
bowling or
cool.
whatever?
Yeah. But the whole environment and everything is so neat. It's so much better. I think it's better than all of the other bowling alleys around here.
Why is that?
Big round leather booth seats with the table there at your alley, and you have a wait staff that comes over and takes care of you while you're playing. The lanes are really, really cool. The lighting over there is really neat. It's just a really cool environment. And you think, well, yeah, but it's just pretend bowling. It's not real. No, they are. Now, all the balls are the same size. They're little. They're only about this big around. But when they bowl, it's the same experience as rolling a bowling ball down the lane and hitting the pins. Now, these pins are all controlled by threads, but they're actual pins. When it hits, it's, the same noise.
Yeah.
That's not it. But the same noise that it makes, it's really, really just like bowling. And it's kind of a cool environment. The whole arcade's back behind all of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the arcade's behind the bowling alley?
Well, you come around, when you come in the doors, you go over to the right. This is all arcade area. And on the far end of that is the bowling lanes. And it's kind of circuitous a little bit back in there.
Circuitous.
And then this way goes over to the theaters.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 819.
Sunshine, then a chance of showers today with highs in the mid-70s. It is 59 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weekend's forecast in just 7 minutes, but we're talking today, since Mother's Day Sunday,
We're talking about the most creative parent threat you've ever heard.
or the most ridiculous one. And moms are great at this.
623-1025 to call or text.
What's the craziest parent threat you've ever heard of?
I don't know if you can put it on the radio, but my dad used to tell us he was going to rip our head off and shit down our neck.
Oh, my gosh!
Do you understand? He's going to use you as a...
What?
You
What
should have
parent?
told him, Dad, we have a flushable toilet. You don't have to do that.
What parent says this?
My mother's was always she was going to shove her shoe so far up our butt that we were going to choke on it.
Oh, my gosh!
You need a hug, honey. She's traumatized.
Holy
as a child.
cow.
Yeah.
What's the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
It wasn't so much my parents. My aunt used to always say she was going to discomboomerate us.
Now, what?
What? Wait.
Man, that leaves the mind whirling.
Discomboomerate us.
Discomboomerate.
All right.
I think you have to have a really long knife to do that.
I don't know. We never knew what exactly that
Who
was.
knows what it means? I mean, it can mean anything.
Discommemorate?
Discomboomerate.
Oh.
Discomboomerate. Discomboomerate.
Boomerate.
Booberates. That's something totally different. I do know how that works.
Randy!
What? I'm just saying I do.
What's the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
My mom used to say, I'm going to rip your hair right out of your head.
Oh,
and
my
don't make
gosh.
me take off that flip-flop.
Yeah, I'll beat you with my shoes.
Yep.
What's the craziest parent threat you've ever heard of?
Actually, it was a grandma.
Oh.
Yeah. And
As everybody may or may not know, grandmas all secretly belong to witches' coven.
yeah,
Randy, what did your grandma threaten you with?
hers was to jump down our throat and gallop our guts out.
How? What?
See?
How
I told
even?
you. Who else but a witch could do that?
That's what she used to tell all of us kids.
And what do you... That I'm telling you.
How do you gallop someone's guts out? What does that even mean?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country. Here come the witches accusing me of being a racist. Because what do you do with a witch?
You burn them.
Burn them. Hi there, Morning KIX.
So, my mom used to tell us that if we didn't behave, she was going to send us to live with our father. He was dead.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a little morbid.
All righty. Yeah.
I told my kids and I told my grandkids that if they don't behave, I'm going to hang them from the ceiling fan and beat them like a piñata and put candy flows out their ass.
Who knew that's where we kept our candy?
But see, that's the shit you don't. Straighten it up.
Your mama could have said, I know where your daddy's body is hidden, and I'll hide your body there too.
Hey.
Uh-huh. Thanks for calling.
Anyway, so she might as well hide the body.
Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Have a great weekend.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a show filled with violence.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a
Better
something.
believe it. Oh, boy.
Oh. Okay. So you know how we talked the other day, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks or so ago about packages getting hung up and USPS
Going
and
back
all the
and
problems?
forth and everything, yeah.
I have a package that was supposed to come yesterday, and you know what it's doing? It's ping-ponging back and forth between Olathe and Kansas City again.
Again, this is your U.S. Postal Service at work for you.
Which is exactly what my other package was doing, if you remember, 2 weeks ago.
This is what they now do. And you know why this happens? Because of bureaucracy. They have systems in place that are a failure. They're failed systems that the U.S. Postal Service refuses to address and take care of.
This is ridiculous.
Well, we need it to do that for bureaucratic reasons.
So it's just going back and forth. Olathe, Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Olathe, Kansas City. I really think there's got to be people that work there that just don't care.
Oh, absolutely.
And so they just are like, we're going to just send it back. And that's what they do. So who knows that I'm going to get that one?
I do have a package out for delivery, but it's not through the Postal Service.
Who's it through?
UPS, I think. But
Let's see. I want to see when the rain is supposed to hit. I know you looked it up earlier. What did you say?
7 o'clock. Well, 30% chance by 5, 40% chance by 6, 70% chance by 7. I think the 7 o'clock is a...
All right, so they've shifted it a little bit. Now it's 20% by 5, 40% by 6, 70% by 7.
That's what I just said.
Oh, is it? I thought you said 40% by 5.
No, I said 30 by 5, 40 by 6, 70 by 7.
Yeah, what he said.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get these other things from Temu before vacation, but I don't know for sure. Some of them are sitting in customs. They released a list of the most popular U.S. athletes around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very comprehensive list, the top 20.
Where's Messi on that list?
He's number 5.
Yeah, I figured. Lionel Messi.
So who's number 4? Think about the athletes,
Patrick Mahomes.
Not on the list.
Travis Kelce.
Not on the list.
LeBron James.
Is number 4.
Okay.
Very good. Number 3?
Worldwide.
Yep. Tom Brady's on the list, but not in the top 5. Babe Ruth is on the list, but not in the top 5.
Oh, we're not talking just alive?
Athletes. Aaron Rodgers is on the list, but not in the top 10. Magic Johnson is. Shaquille O'Neal. But again, not on the top 5.
Number 3. Are the top 5 all alive?
Yes. No.
Oh, no.
Kobe Bryant's number 2.
Oh.
Number 3 is Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, the golfer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy. Number 1. Who would you think is number 1?
I'm trying to think. Number 1, most famous athlete around the world. Not Messi, not LeBron James. Most famous athlete. What sport?
Number 4, I told you, was the one you picked. It was LeBron James.
No. Number 1. What sport does he play?
Oh, basketball.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Yes, Bryson, the gold medalist from curling is the number 1 athlete in the world. No. Yes, Kathy, I've had that happen to me too, where they send it down to Dallas from Springfield. Idiots. Stupid. Yet they are doing as many as 4 price hikes a year now within the Postal Service through stamps and shipping cost increases. We're trying to keep up with pricing trends.
Yeah, Christy's package didn't come yesterday either. Yeah, they don't even have an estimated delivery date anymore.
Here's my question. Why do these companies that we buy from, why do they use the Postal Service to ship by? Well, it's cheaper. Yeah, by how much?
Why.
It's not that cheaper per package. It's cheaper maybe if you're doing 1,000 packages.
Yeah.
Sheesh. I would not use the Postal Service to ship anything.
Yeah.
And then here's another situation. So I have a company that I work for in a side hustle that refuses to do digital money transfer because they're all over the age of
honey, it's
150 or something stupid. So they send me a check. Over the last 6 months, we've had every other check never show. So they have to send it again. One of the checks they had to send 3 different times.
Are they actually sending the check?
Yes, they are actually sending because they have to go in and cancel it, and they give me the check number to watch for.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, somebody tried to cash. Guess what? It was a postal employee.
Wow. Christy says mine is FedEx.
I liked FedEx until I got one of my packages that had been tossed around so much that I had to refuse to sign for it. A very valuable package that had just been tossed and beaten to pieces by their handlers.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to have less problems overall with UPS, and I've had quite a few big packages and expensive stuff shipped over the years. A lot of my studio stuff and my music equipment and stuff comes, and I do not like dealing. FedEx has another deal where it's very hard to recover your package if you're not there to sign for it initially. They have a complicated bureaucratic process that handles that. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country.
It's Morning KIX with Brandy and Jen.
Here's Lainey Wilson.
On KIX 102.5.
So if you're not there to sign for your package, they leave you a note. Says, we'll try again later.
Mm-hmm.
What are you just supposed to suspend your life for them? They can't give you a time. UPS, you can actually do tracking and stuff and see it minutes before it comes to your house so that you can at least try to get there, to sign for something.
Well, the USPS will sometimes give you a window, maybe, of when your package is going to be there, but how often?
6 to 9 hours, and how often are they accurate with that?
Because yesterday it said my package was going to be before 9, but I've had it before where it's like between 5:30 and 7:30.
Yeah, and that's kind of how FedEx does. And then, like, I had the Barocha, the very expensive guitar, when it came in, was done by FedEx, and it was a horrible situation. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Morning.
Hello, what's
How
up?
are you?
Dustin?
What you doing this weekend? You going to church? That'll be good.
I thought you said search the chimney.
You going to search the chimney too?
Yeah, you never know what might be up in there. Maybe that's what happened to Santa.
That's probably where Randy likes to hang out, is up in the...
That's hilarious.
What can we do for you today?
Billy
Ooh,
Dean.
Billy Dean. We're getting a
We
little
just
crazy.
disagree. Thanks, ma'am.
Have a good one.
So with FedEx, it was supposed to come to my house. It did not come to my house. So I went online, signed in, created the account and everything so I could control it.
Right.
And I said, take it instead to the Walgreens down here on 32nd Street. The next day, it was supposed to have arrived. It showed it had arrived. I went to Walgreens and they said, we don't have it. They
Yikes.
said, they went through all their stuff. They said, it's not here. So I go on, it says it's there. So I was beginning to freak out a little bit. Here's this $5,000 guitar, and I can't find it. So as I leave Walgreens, I see a FedEx truck pulled over and a guy's delivering to a house. I just stop and I asked the guy, I said, hey, maybe you can help me as a representative of your company. What's going on with this? And he looked at it and he goes, that should be there. So he gets on the phone and called for me.
Oh,
Really
that was
nice
nice.
guy. He called up to the main office and they said, yeah, come up here. We'll take care of it for you. Well, I went up to the FedEx place in Webb City. Again, here we go down this rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
They don't allow you to go into the FedEx. You sit outside a gate. You walk up to it, and there is an intercom where you talk. I had to sit out there and talk while people walked in and out, employees and stuff, through an intercom.
Mm-hmm.
And while they tried to find it, and they said, we're going to have to investigate this further. We can't find it. We don't know where it is. It should be at the Walgreens.
Yeah.
Well, turns out one of the Walgreens employee, when the guy took it off the truck, he just shoved it over in the corner back in the back, and they missed it because of where he had just shoved it. And they showed me where he had put it, and they do stuff like this all the time.
Wow.
And that's not the package that was beat up. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen, 834.
We'll see sunshine today with a slight chance of showers late in the afternoon, highs near 75. It is 59 in Joplin.
And we've got the Friday edition of the Morning Kicks Takeover getting ready to start in about 15 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and vote on the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking about the most creative parent threat that you've ever heard of.
623-1025 to call or text.
What was your creative parent threat?
I think the biggest threat I ever got was when I was about to do something wrong and I heard my first and middle name called out.
Oh, yeah. When they did that, you knew.
Randy Petunia?
It was not Randy Petunia.
That's his middle name.
That is not my middle name.
Oh, no, you're right. It's Randy Gladys.
No, that is. Will you stop that?
Well, it's got to be better than Randy Muriel.
It is Randy Muriel.
Randy Muriel. That's stupid. I do not have a middle name. Mama forgot. She had been drinking at the time that I was born. She died before I was born,
Yeah, okay.
623-1025. What is the most creative parent threat you've ever heard of?
Wait till your daddy gets home.
Boom. That's all it took.
Yeah, it's not creative, but that's all it took.
That you were done.
That is the ultimate threat.
And your poor dad's driving home thinking, I hope she hasn't told the kids, wait till I get home because I'm tired. And
You know it.
yeah.
What is the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
Okay, I have to summon the mom voice because it's been a long time. My kids are in their late 30s now.
I'm going to cower.
I swear to God, when you guys turn 18, I'm buying you luggage and a one-way bus ticket to someplace really far away.
Yes, love it. Get out. Chills running up and down my spine right now.
What is the most creative parent threat that you've ever heard?
Since today is my birthday, this one's very appropriate.
Okay.
My mom always threatened, I brought you into this world, I can take you out.
Death threats on your birthday, no kidding.
Yeah. Happy birthday, by the way.
What is the most creative parent threat that you've ever heard?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What's the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
Okay, Randy, I came up with the most creative parent threat ever
Mm-hmm.
because I have AI and I crafted some pictures of
That's so smart. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right, because you've got the inside channel to Santa. Santa's inside. Maybe you shouldn't mention Santa's inside channel to
Randy.
your kids. That's not a good thing.
Good talking to you guys.
You
Have a
too.
good one.
Hi there, Morning KIX. What's the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
So mine was actually from my grandmother, and she used to tell me that I'm going to kill you until God you die.
Whoa. Good
She's
gracious.
actually got like post-criminal action plans in place.
Oh, absolutely. Premeditated completely.
Yeah, and post-meditated,
And post-meditated,
too. Yeah. Thanks for calling. Kill you until God you died.
Goodness.
I don't know. You made them. I don't know what happened. They just quit working. Oh,
Don't
man.
do that. That's not allowed.
Candace is coming over tonight with Greg and the kids to surprise Gina for Mother's Day, which she has a hair appointment this evening. So she's taking off work early and going and doing that. And hopefully they'll be able to get here either beforehand or about the time she gets back from that. So I messaged Lauren. I said, did you know your sister's coming down tonight to surprise Mom? What? So she's in Tulsa this week. She goes, why does no one ever tell me anything? I'm like,
Bummer.
you can blame her for this.
How do I fix this one hole in my sweater?
The Flex Seal, you ever heard of Flex Seal spray? They use it on gutters and all sorts of things. All sorts
It's because of the way that this is stitched. I'm nervous to, I don't know, do anything with it.
You could pull the threads. That's crochet, right?
Yeah.
So pull those and tie together where there's been a thread torn that's created that spread. My mom used to be really good. She could fix a crocheted thing where a hole had developed. You could never even see it.
Did she pass that on to you so that you're really good?
Yeah, sure. Carrie is asking an odd question, she says. Do y'all still carry the Braves games? No, that's Charles.
What?
Wait a minute. What? This is not. This is through a different station.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's not KIX. What the heck? Oh, man. We get, we get a suitable, significant number of comments on our daily topic posts, but not during the topic.
No.
It's always afterward.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me. I mean,
Well,
the point of it
everyone's
is to hopefully get in front of someone's attention span while it's happening and drive them to the radio. I don't think it does that.
I don't think it does either.
I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe there's some of that, but I will say our social media, from what it was a few years ago, is just pretty dang impressive.
It looks good.
It is. There's so much different stuff on here every day. We are deserving of the Missouri Broadcaster Social Media Star Award, more so than any other station.
We'll see if we get it.
Because I look at some of our sister stations at their social media content. The only one that comes close is maybe Kissin'.
No.
They do a pretty good job.
I don't think they're as good, though.
Because they've got morning show stuff, and they've got stuff from other day parts. At least one other day part.
That's good.
It's one thing that we don't have. There's videos. Dalton does. Mason does topics. He does videos.
I wish MJ would.
Yeah, I don't
post
think that's
anything.
a thing. They have morning show videos.
Oh, yes. Kids know the look. You just got to give them the look.
My big deal was I could do that. I can still do that. So every now and then, when they're all together, I like to do that and just watch their heads do that. All of them at the same time. It's like...
They are still conditioned.
Oh, I didn't. Did I show you guys my bunnies?
No,
I told Jen about it.
Yeah.
Check this out. So here's my bunnies.
Oh. Aren't they adorable?
There's 6 of them there. And they're in a little hole in the ground, a little bowl-shaped depression, and we have had pollen, leaves, and their mama's fur. She's pulled her fur out and covered them, and then I went and put some of the other stuff on top of it, and she actually rearranged it a little bit, but kept it there. And I've only seen the mom and the dad, both of them, near the nest at one time. That late at night, I went out to let Belle out, and there was the mama over on the nest, and the dad was nearby.
Yeah.
The buck. It's weird. They call a male rabbit a buck and a female a doe, just like deer.
That's strange.
But anyway, yesterday I was mowing the yard, and I wanted to be very careful not to hit one of them like I did last year and chopped up a bunch of them. So as I'm coming around, I'm watching very close, and I see 2 of them come out and go skittering for the edge of the yard, the fence. One of them went over into the very corner, and he just tucked his head in there, and his butt sticking out. And they're only about, they fit in the palm of your hand. They're little bitty. They're only about 2 weeks old. And he's there, like, with his head tucked into the corner. And I'm like, okay, I've got to do something. I can't leave them there. They're going to get killed if I leave them in their nest. And I need to mow. And if I get close to them and then they dart out and run into the mower, it's going to chop them up. So I shut the mower off, and I went over and I began pushing them. One of them would not come out of the net. So I picked it up, set it out, and pushed it a little bit. Well, one of them had run over, and we've got chicken wire around the bottom of our yard fence to keep Bella from getting out. And one of them went through the holes in the chicken wire, and the next one went right next to where his brother or sister had gone and got stuck in the chicken wire. So I go over and I start trying to free him, push him through or pull him loose. Well, he just gets more stuck, and he's screaming, meow, meow, meow. And so I stroked him until he calmed down and quit screaming, and had Gina go get wire cutters, and I cut the wire, and he got free. But I haven't seen him since.
No.
I don't know if they'll come back or not. I fixed the nest back up, put the stuff back, and got it ready in case they come back, but I don't know if they will.
They may be too scared.
I told Gina, she goes, didn't you guys have to kill these things when you were? I was like, yeah, all the time. My dad used to threaten me, do not go out and play with the rabbits. Don't touch the rabbits. There was a disease that rabbits can get when they are grown domestically, that when they get it, you have to kill the entire brood and burn them.
Burn them too.
Yeah, I forget what the disease is. It's some pretty common disease, but so the hutches are up off the ground that we had, and they were made out of chicken wire with frames and a roof and walls, and they have a nest inside. And when they get to be about 8 weeks old, I think they would kill them and eat them, and you had to just bap their heads against the side of the barn. That's what they did. Or I knew a place. I was into martial art pressure points at that time, so you can touch a place behind the ear and it makes contact with the brain and just shuts it off. It's just boom, and they tighten and twitch, they're dead. It's painless, it's quick, and that's what I would do. But she goes, yeah, your child was horrific. You killed everything. It was just a culture of death in my childhood, pretty much. And then you skin them, and they clean them and freeze them, and you eat them later, because rabbit's delicious. And anyway, I remember them having to burn all of the rabbit hutches, all the dead rabbits and everything when that disease broke out one time. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 846.
Wanting to know what's the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Morgan Wallen
on KIX. Chris's boss has bunnies. He will spend at least an hour with them every night. I like bunnies, but I've heard that they're not easy to take care of.
Yeah.
And I also heard that they're stinky. Is that true?
What?
They're stinky?
Yeah, I mean, as much as any other animal that has to live near their own feces and poop, because, again, the floor is made out of the chicken wire so that their urine and feces can fall through on the ground, and then it accumulates. And during the summer months, the flies attack that, and it turns into maggot beds.
Gross.
It is disgusting. So we'd have to go in frequently and shovel that stuff out and take it, and they would use it in some parts of the garden. But, again, it's horrible. And it's nasty. I mean, it's really, really nasty. And domestic rabbits are a lot different than wild rabbits. They're bred for their size, and they get big so fast. So one day you go out and there are these little pink wiggling things in a little fur nest. Then a week later, their eyes are open. They're moving around. They're jumping around the inside. Within 2 weeks, they're almost, they're half the size of their mom. In about 3 or 4 weeks, they're full-grown adults. And, by the way, they can reproduce. So
that young?
Yes. They don't wait no year or nothing. It's like within, 6-8 months, a rabbit can reproduce.
Wow.
So, yeah, you can, quintuple the size of your brood within a year. They're very, mating like rabbits. That's where that comes from. Because if each one has 6, who has 6, who has 6, it's like 6 to the 6th power. You can have 1,000 rabbits in no time.
Rabbit gravy?
Yes, really good stuff. Yes, it's like squirrel gravy. Rabbit and squirrel taste very much alike. Very much.
I don't think I've ever had rabbit or squirrel.
It's really good.
Megan had an indoor rabbit named Emmett Smith, like the football player.
Okay. So I guess, what's the school that's closing down? One of our area elementary schools is closing down this year.
In Joplin?
It's in the area. It's over near, I think, closer to Carthage.
5 seconds. Here we go.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine today with a slight chance of showers, highs in the mid-70s. It is 59 in Joplin.
And we've got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 7 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and vote on the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking about the most creative or most ridiculous parent threat that you've ever heard, whether it was your mom or your dad or whomever. You can tell us at 623-1025 or tell us on Facebook.
What is the most creative parent threat you've ever heard?
I used to tell my kids when they were really, really acting up, I used to change my voice around a little bit and I go, oh, I feel a hornswoggling coming on. They were scared to death.
Of a hornswoggling.
What is a hornswoggling?
Yeah.
Somebody asked me. It was just some word I heard one time and it sounded good. And
what's the craziest parent threat that you've ever heard of?
Well, actually, this is a threat I used to make to my kids.
Uh-huh.
When they would act up and not mind, I'd tell them I was going to take them to the trade-in shop and get a good kid.
Oh.
But they're 40 years old now, and I found out just a couple years ago that they took me seriously when they were kids.
If only there was such a place.
Oh, I know. We had a little strip mall that had a little, shop inside, and we told them that was the trade-in shop.
What's the name of the clown?
I guess I traumatized poor daughters.
Yeah, I would say. What's the name of the clown that they have down in Florida that you can call?
Oh,
Giggles?
my gosh. Giggles or something, right?
Yeah, Giggles the clown. Now, this is a real thing. They just had a
scary
documentary about it. And they first portrayed Giggles the clown as being this old homeless guy who lived out of his van, and he did this to help parents and for the money. He'd come be outside the kid's window or even in their bedroom, so that when they woke up, they would see this clown. It was because they had misbehaved.
Right.
Turns out none of that's real. It was a social experiment done by this group of people, kind of like an art experiment, where they did this to see how society would react to the idea of a Giggles the clown.
And parents were open to it.
No, it's not really a thing, but they did play a lot of the messages. Apparently, some parents are, because they get calls all the time, voicemails left from parents saying, I'm calling Giggles, and you can hear the kid crying and screaming in the background. No, Mom, no, I'll be good.
Oh, you're just freaking your kid out. They're going to be too scared of clowns now.
I believe it's called psychological scarring.
What is the most creative parent threat that you've ever heard?
It was always said, I'm going to beat you till candy comes out.
What?
Who knew that we were all just pinatas?
But what's sad is I say it to my kids now.
Well, who keeps their candy there?
That's not where that goes.
No, you don't. You're doing it wrong.
What's the most creative parent threat that you've ever heard?
Well, it was my grandmother, and she was going to rip her arms off and beat us with the bloody ends.
Good gosh! I mean,
what sort of Frankenstein's monster?
Well, she never did it. We were too scared to see.
Holy cow!
Man.
Yeah, my grandmother's a psychopath.
What is the most creative parent threat that you've ever heard?
623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook.
Morning KIX Takeover, just 3 minutes away.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. All right, so on Monday, we'll have Secret Sound again, of course.
Yeah, the jackpot will be at
427.
250 by Monday.
That one. Also, Brantley Gilbert tickets up for grabs starting on Monday.
Brantley Gilbert, all next week. And we're going to be talking about the thing you've always wanted to learn how to do, but have never gotten around to learning.
So... have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day, all you mamas out there.
Yep. Bye.
If you have a mama, go spoiler. Bye.